that girl shit.
What's poppin'? It's Babykel and welcome back to my channel. For those of y'all that are new, go ahead and click the subscribe button down below, please and thank you. And everybody else, including you, click the thumbs up button down below as well, because this is about to be a juicy story and you better like it. Okay, so where do I begin? If I keep looking over here to my left, it's because I have all the names and like the main part of the story, just so I won't forget and be like, oh yeah, and then this happened, and oh, I forgot to tell you guys, you know. So anyways, so I'm gonna give you some characters right now that are gonna be in the story and that are gonna be the main characters in the story, so listen closely and remember them. Jada is the main person in the story. Jada is not the one who stole the money, but it is one of the main persons in the story. I'll be explaining who these characters are once I get to them. Patrick is the main person in the story. The person that actually stole the money is Patrick. Christy, that's one of Jada's friends, okay? Kind of important, not really. She's gonna be more important close to the end or whatever. Michelle, she's also important. She's the same thing as Christy. They're equally important, but I think Michelle is more important because that is Michelle is Jada's best friend at the time, and you know what I'm saying, she's gonna be more important towards the end of the story. Y'all gonna want to hear about what Michelle did to Jada, okay? And this is a 3-part story. I think it's gonna be like 3 parts to it, so I'm gonna have to do like 3 different videos. So go ahead, if you're not subscribed already, click the subscribe button down below, please and thank you, and like this video. Okay, so let's get right into the video. So it all started December 2019. December 2019 was a struggle month for me and Jada. Okay, so Jada is someone that I'm very close to, probably closer than anybody I know. Me and Jada is that close, okay? So just so you know our relationship. And yeah, so December 2019, me and Jada, you know, we was financially like struggling in December. I don't know why always December is always a struggle month, but whatever. We was you know what I'm saying, we was going through it. Jada has a boyfriend named Patrick. Patrick and Jada are dating, okay? And they've been dating for like a year or 2 years. And so yeah, Jada lives with me, and Jada and Patrick lives with me. We all live in the same house or whatever at the time. So let's get to it. Okay, so Jada, she was working at Victoria's Secret. You know, Victoria's Secret wasn't paying a lot. She got the job because she was financially struggling in December 2019. And, you know, Patrick wasn't doing nothing with his life or whatever. So she got a job, and Patrick didn't get a job. He still, like, he would stay at home and just watch TV. And every time Jada come home from work, Patrick will be there watching TV, not doing nothing with his life, not providing anything to the table, okay? So I got a job at JD in the Galleria, Houston. If y'all keep hearing that, I'm sorry. It's New Year's. I'm pre-recording these, so it's New Year's and they popping fireworks outside, all right? Whatever. So anyways, I got a job at JD, and my shifts are usually at nighttime, and this was around like Christmas time, so I would stay there till like 4 in the morning. That's also important. Okay, so Jada was like, she has been telling me that she was tired of Patrick because Patrick don't provide nothing. Patrick is broke, okay? Patrick don't got nothing going for himself. Jada's in school, she almost done with school, and Patrick not doing nothing. He just a bum in the bedroom, like every time she come home from work, you know what I'm saying? And you know, if y'all work retail before, they give you like so long hours, like 10 hour shifts. So, you know, I'll be tired of that too. Patrick is like a bum in the bed, and I work hard just to come home to a bum? No, ma'am. Anyways, so she was telling me how she was gonna break up with Patrick or whatever because he's broke and she could struggle by herself. And I'm like, okay, whatever. So I had the money in cash. So this is why it's important to know that I had it in cash, because if I had it in the bank, like obviously, like you can't just rob me like this. You know what I'm saying? You can't rob me if I had it in the bank, but I didn't, because that's a lot of money. Like what? You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna put all of it in one bank or whatever. So had it in cash. That's the point. And I only told Jada about this money. Only Jada knew about this money. And I told her, I said, hey Jada, can I put this money in your safe? Because that's a lot of money in cash. You know what I'm saying? What if someone come in here like an intruder and steals my money? So she was like, okay, cool. We put it in the safe or whatever. And at the time, okay, so it was like in a backpack and kind of like wrapped in some stuff or whatever, so you couldn't tell what it was. But I mean, like if you nosy, and then like, you know, if you have a code to the safe and you go look in there, then you know what it is, right? But no, Jada had told Patrick, you know, that I had this money or whatever, and it was gonna be in the safe because obviously they live together, so it was their safe. And I'm like, cool, whatever, because I trusted Patrick. You know, Patrick ain't never done me wrong at the time. So I'm like, whatever. Like, I'm only gonna have this money in cash for like a little bit. It's not gonna be a long time or whatever. It came to the day that Jada was like, I'm like literally tired of Patrick. Like, I really want to break up with him because he's broke and he's not providing me nothing, and I'm struggling by myself, and I'd rather struggle by myself than to struggle with someone. And I'm like, yeah, whatever. You know, just hearing her out or whatever. And then, so I'm like, if you're gonna do that, you know what I'm saying, can you go get my money out the safe? Because, you know, you don't know anybody's intentions. Like, it could be your, like, I don't know, it could be family members still. You don't know who will betray you, okay? Especially for a little bit of cash. So imagine 60K, okay? Especially a bum that don't have money, nothing going for himself. You know what I'm saying? Most likely to rob you. Anyways, I didn't have nowhere to put it, so I just put it like behind some shoe boxes in my closet or whatever, because I had a shift that day, the next day when she was gonna break up with him. And so I can't leave it in my car, because what if my car gets broken into? Like, it's the holidays. What am I gonna say to the police? I had 60K. They're gonna be like, ma'am, why you had 60K just in your car? You know what I'm saying? So I just left it at home, whatever. And then so I had a shift, a 10-hour shift that lasted till 4 a.m. that day. And yeah, so she ended up breaking up with him the next day. And I didn't know she broke up with him till like 2 days after she broke up with him. And I noticed because all his stuff was missing from Jada's room. And I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. You know, she broke up with him. And, you know, it didn't occur to me to go look at the money. Like, guys, I was, you know what I'm saying? This was like a year ago. I was, you know, I don't know what I was thinking, but I didn't check on it. So, whatever. Because I had noticed 2 days after he had left the house that he left the house. And so on the third day that he had left the house, that he was gone already, I don't know, I was in Jada's room and something just made me was like, something just told me like, let me just go look at the money, see if it's still there or whatever. Like, obviously it's gonna be there because, you know, no one lives here besides people, you know, that I trust or whatever, but whatever. So I go look for the money. I don't find nothing. Where's my money? I don't find not a dollar, not $1. And mind you, I say I was financially struggling or whatever, because I did not even touch a dollar. I wouldn't touch a dollar from that stack or whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? I just had it there or whatever. So I am panicking at this time. Like, I am like, there is no way that $60,000 is missing from my house. There is no way. Like, nobody could tell me there's $60,000 that I just had literally a couple days ago was missing. So immediately, I had called Jada, because Jada was there the day I found out that the money was missing. She was there earlier that day and we was talking about like, oh, like, cause she would cry over this man or whatever, but you know, oh, it's for the better that we're not together, whatever. And she had literally had just left to what that person's name was? Christy? I think her name was Christy. She went to Christy's house. And mind you, Christy was dating Patrick's best friend. They were married or engaged or something like that, right? I was supposed to go to Vegas with Christy. I was supposed to go live with her for a whole year in Vegas. And after this whole situation, you gonna find out why I didn't. But anyways, so, you know what I'm saying? Jada goes to Christy's house and I call her and I'm like, you won't believe what happened. And she's like, what? And I'm like, why is my money missing? Like, where is it? Like, I'm panicking on the phone. Like, I'm shaking and I cry. Like, this is 60K. Like, this is more than half of 100 bands. You know what I'm saying? Not anybody just carrying that in cash. So I call her, you know, I'm panicking, like, you know, Patrick took the money. Patrick took the money. I'm telling her Patrick took the money because who else gonna take the money? Casper the ghost? Ain't nobody else left from this house unless you took it. Like, unless Jada took it, did you take it? No, right? So Patrick took the money. And she's like, no, he couldn't have, because he's not that type of person and he would never do that. And I know who he is. Bro, I know who he is. Like, he would never do that. I'm telling you, he did it. I'm telling you, he did it. So go get my money. I'm telling you because I want you to go get my money. Like, I'm not telling you just to be telling me, oh, he didn't say. He did, unless Casper took it. Do you want to replace it? No, right? So go get it from Patrick. And she's like, all right, bro, I'm gonna try to get in contact with him, and I'm gonna try to get in contact with him and call you back. And I'm like, all right, I'm gonna be on the way over there. So I had a shift later that day and I was not finna go to work. I was not showing up to no work. After $60,000 I just went missing from my room. You think I'm finna go work at JD for $10, whatever they was paying? Honey, I got bigger issues. Like, you think I'm finna have this anxiety? Like, I'm having anxiety as hell. You think I'm finna go to work? No, ma'am. So I don't go that day. I call off, whatever, tell them I'm feeling good. And I go to Christy's house because Christy lived right next to my job. And so I show up and Christy, Jada, and Michelle there. And I'm like, okay, first of all, I never liked Michelle. I never liked Michelle since like Jada and Michelle have been friends since like middle school. And I never liked Michelle. Anyways, so they was all there, whatever, and they discussing everything. And I'm just like, first of all, why do they even know about what's going on? Like, it's none of their business, first of all. Like, you know what I'm saying? Now you just playing with me. But anyway, so she told me basically that she's been in contact with Patrick through a middleman, and she don't know who the middleman is, that they were just texting on Telegram or something like that. And I'm just like, now that I think about it, how do you not know who this middleman is, but you got the number to contact him, right? And the reason why she couldn't just straight up text Patrick was because Patrick had blocked her off everything, social media, on the phone, everything. Like, he has been ghost, okay? Since she kicked him out, he has been ghost. So this is why she was crying earlier or whatever, because, you know, Patrick don't care about you, ma'am. Patrick don't care about you. He just stole from, you know what I'm saying? I almost told who this person was. But anyways, so she was having talking to him through a middleman, and he's on the way to Kentucky, but I convinced him to come back, and he's on the way back. He's 4 hours away. Like, he already left, and now he's coming back because I convinced him or whatever. And I'm just like, I don't care about anything you're telling me right now. I don't care about anything you're telling me. I don't care. Like, you need to bring my money back. Like, I don't know how you're gonna do it, but you need to get it, because first of all, if you wouldn't have told Patrick that about any of this, he wouldn't have known that I had this much cash, or that I even had cash. He wouldn't have known. And how you gonna break up with him because he a bum, but knowing there's money in the house that he knows about, and you're not gonna be there when he moving? Like, you know what I'm saying? Now that I think about it, like, it just all seems so fishy. Like is Jada a part of it? Anyways, let's continue the story. So later that day, Jada had met up with Patrick, I believe like at a motel or something like that. And I had Jada's location, and I shared my location with her, she shared her location with me, or whatever. Later that day, they linked up, and I could not see her location no more. Like, she disappeared. Her phone was off. She disappeared. Like, literally, I couldn't text her, nothing. Like I think she blocked me. But I don't know. It probably was Patrick, because the next day, I didn't hear from her in the morning, and to the afternoon time, I heard from her. And she was like, she told me what happened or whatever. She was like, oh, Patrick made me turn off my location and my phone because he didn't trust me or whatever. And like, bro, he was acting so weird. Like, he's not himself. Like, he's a psychopath. He's crazy right now. But he did give me $8,500 to give it back to you. And he wants me to link up with him again so I can I'm gonna get like another cut or whatever. And when I link up with him, I'm gonna get another cut. And that's why he's giving me in payments, because he won't see me again, and he wants to know that like I'm really not lying about. Because Jada said that she had to convince him that she want to be with him still, and oh, like, my family doesn't know yet, but I don't want them to know because I want them to like you, blah 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 blah. Okay, so I'm thinking Jada was just telling this to this man because, like, just to get the money back. But come to find out, no, she really like him. But we don't get to that. So, she was like, yeah, he's not in his right mind or whatever. Like, I've never seen him like this, blah, 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 whatever. So, her, Michelle, and Christy go to Walmart to get like one of the little burner phones, because he had turned off her location or whatever and all that. He took her phone from her at one time. So she was like, you know, I don't know, since he's not in his right mind, what if like he does something? So then we'll go get a phone. I'm like, all right, whatever. Did I pay? I think I gave her $50 to go get that phone. Anyways, so she meets up with Patrick again, and this time, like, her phone's off again, same thing, but she wasn't texting me off the burner phone. She was texting Christy, and Christy was updating me. And Christy's telling me like, bro, don't worry, like, she's good right now, but she's good. She's getting the money or whatever. And I'm just like, Christy, I don't even want to talk to you. Like, why are you even in my business? And why is she texting you and not me? Like, this don't got nothing to do with you. And I was like, whatever. After that, next day, she come back with some more money. It's like $9,000, basically equaling up to what's it called? I think I got back like 34,000. Got back like 34,000, and one of the days that they have met up, like, since Christy was moving to Vegas, she was gonna move first, and then I was gonna go to Vegas with her. Like, Patrick was helping Christy move, and Jada was there. She was helping her move too, but they never tell me that Patrick was gonna be there. They didn't tell me Patrick was gonna be there at Christy's house, helping them move. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's some shady stuff going on, and it gets more shady. So, I'm like, all right. So I'm gonna get 34 back. And Jada's like, she come home, and and she was like, we have a problem. Ma'am, what are you talking about? We got a problem. What's the problem? Like, you need to come back with my payment. You ain't come back with my payment. And she's like, Patrick, he kind of invested, and I say like this because that's a lie. You're gonna figure out at the end. Patrick kind of invested $24,000 into the heroin business. Huh? Excuse me? The bum Patrick that you said was a bum and that he had no money. He was in the bed while you struggling to come home and pay for everything. That Patrick invested my $24,000 into heroin business. Now let me remind y'all, Patrick is not a drug dealer at all. If anything, he's a wannabe, like he a wannabe gangster, or like not even like, he wanna be like one of those like people from the Narcos movie. That's how he wanna be. And I'm just like, I know you're not telling me that this man invested my 24K into heroin business. And she's like, yeah, that's what he said. So at this point, like I can't get the 24,000 back, right? She said that Patrick was gonna give me the 24 back in January or whatever, like when thing flips. And I'm like, bro, like, first of all, I shouldn't even be waiting for my money because it shouldn't have been going in the first place. Secondly, I don't want nothing to do with your heroin business. Like, I just want my money back. Like, what are you telling me right now? And so yeah, so Jada, you know, I noticed, you know, some routines from Jada after those days. I noticed that Jada would leave at nighttime and she would leave with a bag. And you know, like I said, I had her location to her phone, not the burner phone, but her phone. And her phone was on like every day when she would leave with her little bag. And I seen that her locations would be at motels. Why is Jada at motels when she has a house and she's living here? Why is she at motels? Put two and two together. She was seeing Patrick. Okay, she was seeing Patrick. That's why. The betrayal. Anyway, so I'm like, oh, okay. She wanna betray me. Like y'all both just crossed like the line. Like as close as we are, me and you, you're not holding this man accountable for stealing my money. And then also like 24,000 still missing. It's not like he gave me my money back. Like he only gave me half. And you're not holding him accountable and you're still seeing this man. Like, I would never ever talk to no man that stole $60,000 from a person I was this close with, right? So I'm like, all right. So from there, like, I kind of cut her off. Like, I stopped talking to her, and like, yeah, we lived together or whatever, but like, I was just distancing myself from her because this all it seems so fake. Like, it's getting worse and worse and worse. And so, you know, I had a friend. This was my best friend at the time. Her name, we're just gonna call her Fiona, okay? So me and Fiona, it was like 2-3 weeks later. This was going into January. For New Year's, we're like, oh, let's go to DC. You know, me and Fiona was like, let's go to DC. And so we booked our ticket that day that we sent out, whatever, and we go to DC. I'm not talking to Jada because it's literally, you told me this man was a psychopath, that he was a bum and all this, and you're with him sleeping at motels. Okay. Oh my gosh, that was if y'all know if y'all know me personally, y'all know who I'm talking about. But anyways, so me and Fiona, we go to DC, and okay, we got in an accident in DC, whatever. We was there for like about 2 weeks. Towards the end, like I believe on our last day of DC trip, the last day of our DC trip, we were like, let's get a bottle and an edible and let's get lit, because you know, since we was in an accident, we couldn't really do much. So I'm like, okay, you know what I'm saying, we're gonna get a bottle and we're gonna get some edibles, because we had just met some people, whatever, and we're gonna get lit with them. And then so yeah, we doing that, whatever. We get in the bottle and we waiting for the dude to deliver our edible. It was from like some dispensary or whatever. And while we're waiting for him to deliver the edible, you know, Fiona tells me, hey, I'm gonna tell you something, but don't tell Jada, because Jada don't know. But Patrick told me that when they were all eating out, Christy and her boyfriend, which is Patrick's best friend as well, and Michelle and Jada and Patrick were all in dinner one time, whatever. It was at Mastro's or something like that. I don't really know what restaurant it was, but it was somewhere. And Michelle was trying to touch on Patrick and stuff like that, you know, like sexually, and you know, she said that he said like kind of like get away, like, you know what I'm saying, but I don't believe in that. But anyways, she was like, but don't tell her because she don't know, and I don't want her to think I'm lying. And I'm like, oh girl, I'm not gonna tell her, because that's none of my business, you know what I'm saying. She want to be fake, like she want to be with the man, and after what he did to me, and she want to still be with him, like she's stupid. So like, I don't even talk to this girl. So yeah, we go back to Houston. So a couple of weeks go by, maybe a month or two go by, and I'm not really sure like the time frame or whatever, but I get a call from my other best friend, and she don't really need a name into this video. Okay, so my other best friend calls me like on a random day. I'm going to this was still in January, because I was going to San Antonio, and on my way to San Antonio, like my other best friend calls me and she was like, hey, Fiona just told me that Michelle slept with Patrick like in December, the end of December, the last week of December. And this was while I was in DC, I think. She's like, Michelle slept with Patrick at the end of December, and Jada don't know. And I'm like, oh, how karma plays, right? But you know, me being this close to Jada all this time or whatever, like I have to tell her. Me being close to Jada, I had to tell her, like, even though she did all this fake stuff, like, I'm gonna tell her what your man's is doing. So I call her. No, I don't call her that day, because she went to a strip club to go make money, and like she said she was finally done with him or whatever. And I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. Like, you know, I wanted her to go make money by herself and not depend on this bum, because he only spending my money. He's spending my money. It's not money, like, you know what I'm saying? So, and I didn't want to text her, because if I did, then I know her, she would leave the club and she wouldn't make no money or whatever. She's just gonna be sad and depressed or whatever. So the next day, when I was coming back to Houston, I texted Jada exactly what Fiona told my other best friend. And I was like, hey, Michelle slept with Patrick. At the apartment that Patrick bought with the money he stole from me. Cause he didn't invest in no heroin business, no. He bought a truck, he bought some apartment or whatever, like whatever. So the apartment that you've been sleeping at with Patrick, that like I know that y'all been sleeping there, yeah, Michelle slept with him as well there. She did. Your best friend since like the 6th grade? She slept with your man. So she finds out and she calls me and she's like crying and stuff and she's like, what are you talking about? Like how do you know? How do you know? And then I'm like, because Fiona told blank blank blank. And she's like, how do you know she's not lying? Females are so dumb. Like, what do you mean? Like, so you gonna think that she's lying? Like, she gonna pull it out her, like, where you think she's putting this information from? And like, why would she be lying? Like, so you gonna think that she lying but your man not sleeping with your best friend? Whatever, that's weird. Anyways, so she calls Fiona and she asks her whatever, and Fiona's telling her like, yeah, one time I went to, Fiona said that one time, because Fiona's a dancer, she's like, one time Fiona's a dancer and Patrick is a scammer or whatever. So I don't know, I think he scammed some food or whatever for Fiona, and Fiona was gonna pay him or whatever. So one time after the club, the strip club or whatever, Fiona went to his house to go pick up the food or whatever, and I don't know how and why he would tell her this, like how he did, but he did. And he was like, hey, don't tell Jada, but me and Michelle slept together. And it was weird because the relationship, like how close me and Jada was, that's basically how Fiona and Jada was as well, because like Fiona was my best friend and Jada is, you know what I'm saying, this person so close to me. So, and then so we tell her whatever, and Jada is just crying and she's sad and all this, and she tells Patrick's mom, oh, he stole 60K from me and he slept with my best friend or whatever. Why you ain't tell her that when he actually stole the 60K, and not until you found out that your friend sleeping with your man? Whatever, right? People only care about when it comes to themselves. So, and then I find out, oh my gosh. I find out that Christy also slept over Patrick's house. The apartment that he got with my money, she slept over his house, and they say they ain't do nothing, but come on now. Like, Patrick say like she was just trying to rub like her butt on him and stuff. Like, yeah, y'all playing with me. Y'all grown. Y'all know what y'all did and what y'all didn't do. And so Jada ends up like confronting Michelle and Christy and also Patrick, and they were all denying it. And then Patrick was like, you know what, yeah, it's fine, yeah, like we did, like I did do that with Michelle, whatever. And like, you know, Jada was just so sad or whatever, and I'm just like, oh, like I gotta be here for her or whatever. I don't know how to be here for someone, but you know, I'm just close with this person, I gotta be here for her, whatever, right? And anyway, so I'm here and like I'm just listening to her problems, whatever. So I guess like we're talking again, and you know, months go by and March comes around. February, the end of February and the beginning of March, when Corona Birdie happened. You know, I knew that, you know, Jada was still talking to Patrick because she's dumb, and I had her location, but I told my mom, I'm like I know Patrick gonna be back at the house when we come back from Miami. We went to Miami in March, and I'm like, I know he gonna be at the house when we come back from Miami. And she knew as well, and so whatever, we go to Miami, whatever, we come back, and who do I see? I see Patrick in the house, and like he would hide, like he would be in the room. He would not come out to the kitchen, nothing like that. He would literally hide and just be there, I guess, because he was like ashamed of himself, like embarrassed. Like, wouldn't you be embarrassed? And so yeah, he would be hiding in his room. And what's it called, I was gonna get my money. I was gonna get my money regardless of how I was gonna get it, regardless if it was cash or, oh my gosh, regardless if it was cash or property. I was gonna get my money, okay? I was gonna get my 60K back, because 34 is no sir. And only a month had just passed by. I mean, I was gonna get my 60K back, and he told me he was gonna give me in January. Honey, we already in March. Like, what's going on? Anyways, so, you know, let's just say, know that he had some car titles at the house when he moved back in with Jada. He moved back in with all of us or whatever. And I wasn't talking to none of them because, like, that is so fake. Like, I just literally helped you through this stupid breakup. That he literally, if you're gonna forgive him, forgive her as well. But whatever. And yeah, I think we're gonna have to wait to the part. We're gonna have to wait till part 2 to tell you what happened and if I got the 24,000 back. But yeah, that's about the time that I got robbed for $60,000, and it was not clickbait. I wished it was, but it's not. And the part 2 and part 3 get juicy, because I'm probably gonna, it depends how this video does, but I'm probably gonna name it either part 2 or whatever, or my roommate set me up. And it so happens to be that Patrick is in this video. Patrick's in this video, part 2 of how my roommate set me up, and I was in Mexico. So yeah, if y'all want to see that, go ahead and subscribe to my channel and click the bell notification to get notified every time I drop a video. So when I do drop that video, y'all get notified. I know this is a long video and it's kind of like everywhere, but it literally happened like a year ago, and I was just trying to think about everything that happened. I didn't want to leave out no details, but part 2 for sure is juicy as well, because it has to do with part 1 with this video and how I got my money back. Subscribe to my channel, click the bell notification to get notified every time I post a video, and also comment down below how you think I got my money back, because baby, for sure I'm gonna get my 24K back. Thank you so much for watching. Keep moving. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in part 2.
I'm 40 in my right car. Bitches change and act like I ain't all this. Getting money, nigga, that my main focus.